This tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually multi-account on Osu. And I'm talking about between two different accounts. So usually there wouldn't be any way to safely multi-account anymore because in the Windows registry, it has like everything logged. And what I mean is when you click run and you go to regedit, here is where Osu has more tracers. And your uninstall ID would be one of them, and that's what is known, publicly known to for them to use to like trace you back. There's way more in here that's not known, and people kind of guess and change a few things, but you're never fully safe. So I'm going to be showing you how to actually multi-count on Osu, and this is for serious like players. You can use my spoofing video that I made for like basic spoofing. You can get back into gameplay, but this tutorial is for like say tournament players that actually want to multi-account and abuse that without ever getting caught. So this is what that video basically is. So the requirements to even do this, you're gonna need 2 flash drives and 1 extra hard drive. So I'm not talking about like your C drive or anything. I'm just talking about an extra hard drive. As you see here, I have 2, but either it can be either an external hard drive or just another internal hard drive that you have, but and at least have 100 GB of extra space. Okay, to start this tutorial off, I just want to say you're gonna have to install Osu or transfer Osu onto a different hard drive to make all of this like easy and simple to work. So go ahead, and this is Osu that's on my hard drive currently. I have it installed here, and what you're gonna do is go ahead and make another folder in your hard drive, name it Osu multi-account files or whatever you want, and then what you're gonna do is have your username, one username for this PC that you're on right now. So you can name it main if you want, and then have the folder for the multi-account you're gonna use. So of course you'll put the username here or whatever. So what you're gonna do is go into Osu and go ahead and highlight all of the files like in the spoofer video, data logs. And remember, this is for your main account right now, PC you're on. So before you do all this, make sure you spoof, install Osu again, have your account ready to be used, and then go ahead and put this in the username 1. So put that in there for now. Okay, now that that's done, you're gonna just leave this here and continue with the tutorial. So first, you're gonna wanna actually watch my spoofing video and know how to spoof properly, and then come back to here. So what we're gonna be doing is RescueZilla, which is basically something you can back up your whole operating system and restore it like whenever you please. It's different to this right here. We create a restore point. It's way different than this. It backs up like your whole system properly so you can get it back. Like say if you corrupt your whole system, this might not even work. But if you use this, it would work 100%. So what we have here is the ISO for the RescueZilla that you're gonna be putting on USB. And then we have another installation of a different version of Windows, what you're gonna need. So look right here. I'm on 23H2 for Windows 11. What you're gonna do is look in here, see what you have, and then download a different version to what you have currently. So as you see here, I have 22H2. We're gonna be installing Windows again, but we're gonna save this whole session. So we're gonna basically back up this whole session. You're gonna save all of your files, keep everything. You're not gonna lose anything. And then this is to install RescueZilla onto USB. So what you're gonna need, I put it in the beginning, but what you're gonna need is 2 USBs. So one USB is to install RescueZilla onto, because you can only use a USB. So one to install RescueZilla onto, and then the second flash drive is for installing like your new Windows, because you're going to be backing up the new Windows as well. So you're basically going to be playing on one account on your original computer, and then when you restore to this new ISO right here, you're going to be on like PC, let's call it your second PC, but it's going to be on the same PC. So you're gonna be switching between one Windows and the other, and that's gonna so you can actually multi-account without ever getting caught, because your registry is gonna be like everything's gonna be different on the other installation of Windows. So yeah, that's that. So first of all, you're gonna wanna go ahead and open the setup, click Flash from File, and then click your RescueZilla ISO. Open that, select target, look for your USB, which is this for me. You can click show the hidden, show everything, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna know what your USB is from the size. So go ahead and click select and then flash. This is gonna, oh, this is gonna take a little while, so I'm gonna come back when it's finished. Okay, now that it's finished, what you're gonna wanna do is, okay, so first we're gonna be backing up our whole system. So we're saving everything. You're not gonna lose anything. We're gonna be backing it up right now. Okay, so when you go check your flash drive, it's gonna be blank. Sometimes two may even show up. It might make you think it's an error, but it's not an error. It's basically what RescueZilla does to it. You can't use the flash drive normally anymore, sadly. That's why you're gonna want to have a backup. That's why I said have like a backup. Okay, now that we've done that, we're gonna want to go to your settings and go to Windows Update, and then go to advanced options, go to recovery. You're basically gonna click restart now and then boot up into the RescueZilla so we can back up the PC. So I'm going to cut to that. Okay, let's restart into the USB now and go into RescueZilla. All you're going to do is, okay, let's wait. Okay, you click use a device right here, and then removable device, that's your flash drive, and then you boot into it. It will look like this if it worked, if everything worked correctly. And now it should look like this. And what you're going to do is click back up, wait for it. And what you're going to do here is you look for what your Windows is installed on. So look for your C drive. You can see Windows Boot Manager on the right there to make sure it's the correct drive. And then choose it and then click next. And then click next. And now you're going to be picking the drive that you want to back it up to. So I clicked my hard drive at the top. And then you click next. And now you're going to make a name for it. You click browse. And then create a new folder in the top right. Pick a name. I pick user one, and then create it. And then when you're done, click OK. And then click next again. And then you click next again here. You don't got to do anything. You can leave it default, next, and then click next, and it should start backing up your operating system. And now I'll be back when it's finished. Okay, you can see it finished. It took 35 minutes. Then you click done, and then you can shut it down. And then you just reboot back into your PC or restart your PC. Now I booted back into my PC after backing up my whole operating system. Now we're gonna install our other Windows version onto our USB and booting into that and installing Windows fresh. But don't worry, everything is backed up, so you'll restore to it after you're done just fine. You're not gonna lose anything. So what you're gonna do next is go to this website, download Rufus. We're going to be using this to install our Windows ISO. And when you're done with that, you're going to go to here. You're going to go to here and then Go to find your Rufus. Go ahead and open it. So next, what are you gonna do? Firstly, select your flash drive, your second flash drive. So don't mistake it for the RescueZilla one. You can unplug that for now if you would like, but go ahead and select the new hard drive you're gonna install to. So select it, and then you're gonna click select here and find the install. So Windows, this is my Windows installation. Click open. Then what you're gonna do is make sure everything is the same here, that I have GPT. Go ahead, just make sure everything is fine. Everything is matching what I have. And then let's see. Then you can rename it if you want. I'm just rename it to multi-account Windows 11 or anything like that. And then just go ahead and click start. And for this, what you're gonna do is like you can select create a local account if you want, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave everything default here and then click OK. And then make sure you read this. It's gonna destroy, yes, we know. Click OK. And then it's just gonna set everything up. It's gonna do that, set everything up, and I'll be back when it's finished. It's finished now. So yeah, you can close out of this now when it's finished. And now here you have your fresh installation of whatever Windows you downloaded. It'll look similar to this. You're gonna boot into this the same way we booted into RescueZilla. So go here, Windows Update, Advanced Options, Recovery, and then Advanced Startup. Click Restart Now and do the same thing, and you'll boot into it. And you just set up your Windows. I know I'll cut to that now. Okay, now that you booted into your USB again, go ahead. You're gonna see this whole setup screen. Click Next, Install Now. It's gonna land you here. Click I accept, Next. When you're here, click Install Windows Only, Advanced. Do not do this option, do the bottom option. And then when you're here, make sure you do not uninstall anything with your hard drive names. Do not do anything with these. We're only going to be dealing with the main C drive that your Windows is installed on. So go ahead and find the 4 partitions. I think should be okay, 3. Get the partitions that are here. So you see 15 megabytes, 1600. Get all of them and start deleting them. So first I'm gonna do the 16 megabyte one, delete it, and then you get the 100 megabyte one, delete that one, and then you get this one. This is your main C drive now. Click delete on that. Okay, what you're gonna be left with is just your main C drive, and you might have another reserved one. I'm not sure. Sometimes you don't have one. If you can delete this, delete it, but for now, since it won't allow me to, that should be fine. So go ahead and make sure you have your hard drives. There's full. You didn't delete them on accident. So go ahead and click on your main C drive. That should be unallocated, and click next. And then let it do its whole setup and install Windows now. Okay, it's time to set up the PC. Now that you booted in to the new install of Windows, click sign in. Wait for it. What I like to do here, so I don't have to deal with all like creating an account. When you get to this screen, just unplug your Ethernet cable. So I'm gonna do it really quick. Okay, I unplugged it, and then what you're gonna do is click create now, and then it bypasses the whole need for having to make an account. So you can make an account if you want, but I don't like to do that, so I'm just gonna name it something else. QZ, anything that you want. Click next, and then for password, I don't like to put a password, so then you click next, and then that should be it. Now it's booting in, so I'm gonna cut back to it when I have everything set up. And that's what you're gonna do to try to have everything set up on your new PC that you need. All right, I've installed Windows now, and to verify that, here I'm on the same 22H2 version that I showed that I installed the ISO for, and you see the install date right here as well. So, right, and the same username. So now that we've done that and we're on the whole new setup, my mic might sound different because I don't know, the audio settings on this install, I didn't get it right. But now what we're gonna do, you're gonna need these programs right here. This is what I use to set up like my PC to have it running fine. So you can copy and download, like mainly download this, um, and the runtimes. You can look up VC runtime pack. You can easily find it. But this is all the stuff that I got for now. Make sure you get this. So go in my Discord to find this. So you get TMAC for changing your MAC address. You get this for changing your volume ID for your disk drives. You get this one for your monitors, changing your monitor serials because you don't want to be on the same monitor serial from your main PC. And then you get these two to hide your like your mouse, your keyboard, your tablet, whatever else you have plugged into your PC. And then obviously you have the spoofer from my first video, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my MAC address and then get to this. Okay, I finished changing my MAC address. Now with this one, you right click it and then you run as admin. And now what you're gonna do is change a few numbers in here, either from the end or the beginning. So I'm gonna change like, I'm gonna put it to like 4, 5A, and then you click change. And then if you're gonna have another hard drive, because if you get to here, you're gonna have your other hard drive that you have or that you used. So you're gonna do this to each and every one of these. So go to the next one and change like the last four or whatever amount you want to change. So I'll put it to 4, 7E, sure. And then on the last one, I'll change that to 8, 9. Oh wait, I can't use T. C. And then change. Then when you're done, just close that. You're gonna have to restart your PC after to have everything stick. So close that. And then moving on to the monitors. Go ahead, open CRU. And then for your main monitor, click edit. And then you're gonna want to change the serial number right here. Replace any number in it. So you can do 2, 3, 4, 1 if you want. So I'm gonna replace that with 1, replace the end with 5. And that should be okay. And then move down to serial number. And then change this to anything you want. 5, 9, 1. And they're done with that. You're going to be moving on to this right here. This is what you use to change, well, to hide your mouse and whatever else you have plugged in. So right click, open it with admin. And then what you're going to do is open this now, peripheral hider with admin. Open that. And then open USB DV now. And all you're gonna do is just click one to hide all USB devices. Click enter, and that should be it. Right clicking here, click refresh, and it's hidden. And that's all you need to do. And now you're ready to either make a new account, well, your second account, or log into an account that you bought. But if you bought an account, it might not be that safe because you're going to be logging into a brand new, like using a brand new IP, new hardware. So now you're going to need to spoof your hardware. So go in here. By now you should know how to spoof with KD Mapper from watching my first video. And go in my Discord. I'm gonna have a drivers channel, and this is gonna be in it. You're gonna be using this one because it completely knows your serials. It'll completely like remove them. You won't have to worry about the numbers changing every restart. It's gonna be the same blank serials every time. So what you're gonna do next is just simply drag it in. Okay, and then you would go ahead and check your spoof checker. So I had an issue where it was only showing my hard drives being nulled, but it wasn't showing like the rest of my stuff being nulled like it usually would. All that I did was get the spoof everything and use it as well. So I had to use spoof everything and the null everything. So go ahead and turn your VPN on and install OSU. So I'm gonna do that. I'm using this VPN, and then yeah. So now you're ready to install OSU after you put your VPN on. And make sure that you always use the same IP. So since you have to use a VPN, use like a paid one or use this. So now to install OSU, go to the same folder, go to your OSU, and then what you're gonna do, oh yeah, click view, show, hidden. And then, okay, this is like your whole folder from your first PC that we did. So go ahead and highlight all the files the same as you did. Go ahead, data, logs, and delete it. Don't worry, you backed it up to the other folder. So go ahead and go to here where you saved it. It's gonna be right here. So don't worry, you didn't delete it or anything. So once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and install OSU to the same directory. So install, change it, and then click OK. It's gonna auto go to the OSU folder. Click OK and just wait for it to open. Now that we're on OSU, just log into the account you made. So just make an account the usual way and log into it. I already made one. I don't care if the username gets banned or anything. Okay. And now we're gonna play a quick map. I already put a skin on and everything. By now you should know not to get how much PP to get in a single day, all of that. You slowly build it. And you see, we are not banned. Just like the spoofing video. So next.
See you next time.
So next we have to back up this whole system. Just like we did in the first part of the video. So you basically do the same thing. Actually, before you do that, go ahead. And what you're gonna want to do now is go into your OSU files. Select all the files like we did in the beginning. Copy. And then go into that same folder from before. And now you're gonna paste these files in username too. So paste that in there. And by now you should know what we're pretty much doing with these. When you restore to the first username 1, the operating system, you're going to replace the OSU files with these. And then when you restart back to this one, you're going to use the files on these. So you're going to just be pasting them in here for whichever backup you're on. So now we're gonna back up this whole PC now. So you go to update, go to advanced again, recovery, and then restart now. And then you boot into your USB again, and then you do the whole process of backing up this operating system now. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, I backed up my operating system on this Windows 22, and to check your backups, go into your hard drive and look for the name that you chose. So as you see, this is the user 1 that I made, and this is the user 2 that I just backed up right now. So now what you're gonna do is, so to go back to that operating system for user 1, we're gonna restore instead of backup in RescueZilla. So I'm gonna show that right now.
Okay, we're back in RescueZilla now, and this time you're gonna restore. Wait for it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to where we have the image. So click on the hard drive. And then you click browse. And then you go exactly to the user 1 or whatever name that you made. So user 1. And then you click on the image. You double click into it and then click on the image. And then click OK. It'll be right here. This is our original user 1 that we started the video on. So click next. And then the drive to restore is obviously the Windows Boot Manager right here. Your original C drive. Click next. And then next again. Next again. And then it wants to overwrite, and then we click yes. And then pretty much just wait for it. It's gonna take a little bit, just wait till it finishes, and then you can reboot back into the operating system after it's done.
Now we're back on the main operating system for user 1. See by the background and everything. And to confirm, I go here and then 23H2, so we're back. You see my time. So now I'm gonna spoof. Go ahead and do that. As always. Then you check your serial checker. And yep, everything is spoofed. So what I'm gonna do now is you go in the one folder. You go in your OSU folder, then you once again delete all the files, data, logs, delete that. Then you go back to your user 1 main now, copy and paste this in. And let that copy. And when it's done, that's pretty much it. You get back on OSU and you can multi-account freely. And you won't get banned. You can do this for tournaments. This is mainly for tournament players that don't want to get caught. So you should be good to go now. As you can see, I'm back on my original account. Okay. And then that's it. We should be fine. Shouldn't be any issue. And yeah, we didn't get banned. So you can freely multi-account on 2 operating systems without getting banned. And this is the way you would do it. So to recap, if you want to go back to the other one now, you would just restore into it and then change your OSU files and then spoof. And that's all it really is. It's a long process, but I think it's worth it if you want to play in tournaments, and that's it.